Do you have any idea of what I'm going to talk about today? If you see this picture. So if you haven't heard about Backpage, it's a listing page where you can find many prostitutes. But this one is quite case because the prostitute itself is underage. That's why this guy is arrested in the US. So I'm not going to talk about Backpage. I'm going to talk about prostitution and how bad prostitution is in Indonesia. The next case, 7 sex workers killed, private organs mutilated. This one is not happening in Indonesia but in Kenya. So this one also quite a big case. 7 sex workers killed easily because they were like having sex with the clients and the clients turned out to be psychopath and they were killed. I want to tell you that the prostitution, these cases are situations are similar and could happen in Indonesia because we actually have the same situation where the prostitution is illegal in Indonesia. And I want to tell you how bad how bad thing is happening when the prostitution is illegal. See, prostitute women are 14 more times more likely to be murdered. They are easily to be murdered because they are weak, they are defenseless, and they are like prostitute, if you know what I mean. And 20 million women and children have been trafficked into the global sex trade. So some of them are also forced to be prostitute and they were like human trafficking, you know. And also approximately 80% of trafficking involves sexual exploitation. About 80% of the victims are women. It's really bad. They were like kidnapped or something, and then they were also exploited in sexual way. Those things that I just have shown you were fact based on Times Journal outcomes that I have found online, and it's really credible. And what do you think? Do you want it to happen? Like, do you want it to continue like happening in Indonesia, or maybe it could get worse? So actually, I don't want it, and I think there's solution into it where we can do answer this question with yes, a yes. Should it be legal? Yes. Why? These are the reasons, and I will explain to you one by one. The first thing first, prostitution is not a crime. Why is it crime? There is no victim. Like everyone is happy doing it. The prostitute get money and the client is happy. There is no victim in the prostitution. Why is it considered as a crime? And the next one, if it's legalized, it would even reduce crime because when it's legalized, it will be more controlled. And for example, like just a company, like a company that has service, we know where the service is going and what time the service has to be finished, and it's easily manageable. Like we know who is with who, as simple as that. And even it would protect minors. There would be such a thing like human trafficking or even sexual exploitation, and also underage sex workers, because if it's legal, there would be such rules that every prostitute has to be at least 18 years of age. Don't you agree? And HIV and AIDS prevention. When it's legalized, we can also control this. Like every prostitute has to be safe or they will be fired. And every prostitute that is working as a prostitute has to do tests for several months every several months, and also they will have a status as a clean prostitute. That's why it can be more safe for the others also. And the next one, it also helps out people out of poverty. For example, the price list here, like for 2 hours, is 1,500 rupees, is like $300, and for full net is like 40,000, is like 800. It's so much amount of money, so it can be a good career option also for other people. So why not? The next one is more money for the country, because when prostitution is legal, there would be no such thing for clearing out the cases of prostitution would cost the country uh like more money uh for the country to solve the problem, and even it can make more money for the country also in a way that the prostitutes pay taxes for the country, because it is also proved by by times.com that Indonesian have actually 2 billion income of the prostitution from the prostitution, and comparing to the Netherlands that has a bigger prostitution in the world, they only have like $700 million, and we have 2 billion dollars. Yeah, can you imagine how big the number is, and how modernized and more further Amsterdam is than us, while we have more income in prostitutions actually, we can be more than them. So, in conclusion, there are so many benefits if we legalize prostitution, and we can save the victims, and there will be no future victims at all. So, we see that other countries have it legal and they are succeed in terms of financial and also health, safety. So why not legalize it in our country also? It is not our choice to get left more behind or get further. So why not legalize prostitution? That is all from me for today, this video. See you next time.